Hello, this is Marty Eddington. Today I'd like to talk about quantum mechanics and consciousness. I've studied quantum mechanics both originally in school, working on my science and engineering degree, and recently for the book I wrote about quantum mechanics and consciousness. And it's really interesting how our consciousness may be related to this theory about the micro things in this universe. Quantum mechanics, as you probably know, is responsible for everything from quantum computing to the laser to quantum gravity theories. Quantum mechanics is a very important aspect of science. And I want to talk about how I think our consciousness is actually a quantum mechanical wave. And I'll give you a story of an experience I had that may help relate to that. So what it was is that I used to live on a peninsula in South Los Angeles called the Palos Verdes Peninsula. And I lived next to a resort, and I would take a hike about 2 miles every day around on a trail that went along the cliffs and around the resort and back to where I lived. So one day I'm walking down the path to the cliffs where the walk starts, and everything is fine and I'm feeling normal. And as I get closer to the cliff path, I start having these really weird feelings that I should jump off the cliff. And I thought, what? I don't really think that. That's not my normal mode of thinking. But it kept coming, and it got stronger as I got closer to the cliffs, that I should jump. And I thought, this doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm in a good mood. I feel normal. So I finally get down to the cliff path, and I still feel this compulsion. And I look down several hundred yards down the path, and I see that there's people holding a service at a site. I know there's a little group of flowers and things for a woman who had jumped off the cliff and killed herself several weeks before. And then I went, now I know what's going on. I realized that I was actually receiving the impressions from this group about jumping off the cliff, that it was a type of telepathy and that it was hitting me like a wave. It was a conscious wave that was hitting me. And that's why I think there's a lot to be said about the concept of consciousness being a quantum wave function. So that's my story. Thanks for listening.